Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us, we have the Umutoo MG-002. This is an AM/FM shortwave portable radio with Bluetooth and an MP3 player. Currently, you can find it selling on Amazon, retailing for around $23.99. I got mine for $17.99. I kind of had a slashed price. There was no coupon or anything, so maybe that'll be the normal price from now on, or it even get cheaper. We'll see. But yeah, I'll have links down below in the pay link section if this radio looks interesting to you. So it caught my eye for the design, and I thought I'd give it a go. So nothing spectacular here. Radio, the box, model number here. Now this model number reminds me of the, what is it? The Goodies, Goodes brand, and the Javoust brand, and I think even the Radio brand, where they use radio as their thing. So yeah, it might be one of those. You know, the Chinese companies, there's like a major company in the background that makes these, and then other companies put their name on it, like Umutoo, if I'm saying that right. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, let's look at the box. Pretty cool retro style radio. FM AM shortwave, 3-band radio, auxiliary input, TF card, USB. Sweet. We get some little bullet points there on the side. Rocking. And more on the side. There you go. Yeah, pretty cool. I don't know about high capacity battery being 1200 milliamp hour, but yeah, you know. But anyway, let's check this out. Took everything out of the box. Get the star to show. Oh yeah. You know, this wood grain is in. It's like grandma's old paneling in the basement. It's like cool, you know, because I've been seeing it on computer cases and things, and people dig it. So, all right. Strolling back into the 70s and or late 60s or whenever that was super popular. I was a little too young. So anyway, yeah, looking pretty good. I mean, I like the looks. What else do we get in the box? We got the charging cable, of course. It's USB-A to USB-C. Nice. And then we got a user manual in a bunch of languages. So there's the English one. We'll stick to that. That's all you get. Can you figure it out? Pretty much. It's easy enough. And if we flip this back here, there's a little specification thing here. Here you go. Frequency ranges. There you are. FM, AM, and shortwave. Now, it says 522 to 1620, but if you look at the radio, it says 1710. The interesting thing is, during the day, I couldn't get anything past 1590, so it has me wondering. Though when I tune the radio, it definitely tunes in 10 kilohertz steps. So, very interesting. There's your battery capacity, 1200 milliamp hour, not high capacity. High capacity is around 3600, and there's some even 3800 nowadays, and I think almost 4000's legit for 18650s, which I was pretty impressed with. And there you go. There's your weight and size. Okay, great. Done with that. Simple. Okay. Dimensions of the radio. Get that out of the way. We have 6.5 inches in length. We have a height with the handle down. That's this little down here, but with the phone stands kind of fixed. So the bottom foot here is 5.25 inches, and with the handle extended, this is important to you, this is 6 5/8 of an inch in height. And then for depth, we have a depth of the cabinet of 3 inches. So pretty deep. Good sounding radio too, by the way. Like it. All right, so let's do a quick size comparison. I always have my usual culprits to my left here. I have CC Pocket in the house. For band skins, which we're going to cover, we're going to go all 3 bands, have some fun with this in this video, of course. I review a lot of these inexpensive retro radios, as you guys know, and I have a lot of fun with them. And yeah, a lot of them have merit. So here's a CC Pocket AM/FM weather alert. And it's 11:31 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA, for the sake of those band scans I mentioned. Yeah, CC Pocket. Okay, and then we have another C-Crane product, the CC Skywave 2, which will be a frequency checker, but I don't think I'll spend my time with that. We'll just have fun cruising up the band, hearing what we hear and what we find that way. So, but this is the Skywave for size. There's definitely a big size difference there, isn't it? Very cool. And then, if you go to those 2 products, we have, off to the left here, Iron Man. Yeah, he's the man with the master plan. He loves radios called Radio Man. He's Iron Man. Can't get any cheaper sounding than Radio Brand Man. Yeah, you can't get any cheaper than that. I mean, radio? Come on, man. Who's it made by? Radio? Oh, jeez. It's crazy. It is nuts. But yeah, it's just funny that it's called radio. Get a kick out of it. Anyway, so yeah, let's talk about features of the MG-002. The mighty good radio. Yeah. I don't know, I'm being silly. But I like to be silly, so that's how it is. We have that dark wood grain, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, this one sat on my radar a little bit because it came out around $25. I was like, nah, that's like a $17 radio. And once it hit $17, I picked it up. So, and you could tell it's just typical cheap plastic cabinet, but it does have some cool merits to it. Going to the front, I thought this was rather cheap looking in the picture, but in person it's not too bad. It's like a matte gold finish, and I like the use of matte plastics. I do think that's pretty attractive. I don't care for a gloss and shine all the time. A little bit's okay, like a semi-matte like I did here around the bezel. A little bit of design. So it took a little effort there. I like that. So not bad. And behind there, you can see they kind of meshed it. Some kind of mesh, and then you got your speaker behind there, which is neat. And behind there's about a 2.5-inch speaker, sounding pretty good. So you're going to hear that rocking away. Controls, we got a volume on off, and down here we have a red power LED. I wish it was up here, a more visible location than down there in the corner because the knob kind of blocks it, unfortunately. But that turns red when it's on. Show you real quick. There you go. And then we have our scale. We have FM on top. There you go, 87 to 108. And then we got the dial indicator, which is kind of useless. It's super fat. I don't get it why they did that. Mine has a defect in the paint. I thought there was something behind there. It looks like it's paint. Or it's a piece of plastic. It just doesn't want to do anything. It's stuck behind there. I'm not taking the radio apart to try to fix that. AM, this is 520 to 1710. Shortwave, 5.9 to 18 megahertz. I picked up quite a bit on shortwave, so yeah, we'll get to do that tonight. Pause, play. We got a track back, track forward, rewind, fast forward on MP3s, and then we have our mode button. Mode's interesting because you have 3 modes on this radio. You have the Bluetooth, MP3 player, and you have the auxiliary in. So that's pretty handy. Over here we have mode select switch, we have MP3, and of course we got bands FM, AM, and shortwave. So we'll leave it on MP3. Tuning. Now tuning's really nice. It's smooth, but it stays where you put it. I like that. So very simple to pick up, and it's immediate to get to your frequencies. So that's one nice thing about having just tuning knob and go. Instead of trying to press buttons, figure out memories, no, you just tune it to the where you want it, where you see it. Cool. Right inside, we have our USB reader here, so you can plug in your thumb drives for MP3 files. You can also plug in a micro SD card for demoing audio, which I'll do in a second. Though when you put it in there, it sticks out really far, which I hate. Auxiliary input. It sounds good. It's your standard 3.5 millimeter input. And here we have DC 5 volt USB-C, little charging status indicator. That red light goes on, it goes off when it's done charging, and it charges at about half amp. So that's what I noticed when I hooked it up to a 3 amp charger. So it regulates the charge rate pretty low, which is good. Better than trying to fast charge a small battery at like 2 amps or something. I've seen radios do that, cheap radios, but this radio's got a better circuit. Top of the radio has that handle with the phone stand. Your phone sits here for Bluetooth. That's pretty cool. If you want to play some podcasts or you want to stream some Wi-Fi and you want to use your speaker, the radio as a speaker, you can do that. I mean, sometimes you want to do that. And I don't blame you. That's why the world has a bunch of options for you. And of course, you can hold this handle up and down. Back here, we have like an enamel-coated antenna here, and it extends up to 19.5 inches. It gets decent reception. I'm pretty impressed with the whip only. Going to the back of the radio, we have radio tag. I'm going to laugh about that every time I see that. But yeah, there's your frequencies again. Very simple coverage. And the battery compartment, as you'll notice, is rather large. And that's because it's my favorite setup. Ta-da! You have your 18650, which is replaceable. Great. Because you're going to want to upgrade in the future probably. I mean, this radio probably pulls about 50, 60 milliamp rate. It's not that bad. So that battery lasts you probably, 18, 20 hours at lower volume. Higher volume, or if you're using an MP3 player, it might go lower, but you can always upgrade to, say, the 3000 cell or 3500. Unprotected button top, and it'll fit right in there, no problem. So, but unprotected button tops will work. You might be able to modify it to take a flat top as well, but I'd recommend using a button top just for safety reasons, so you get the polarity correct. But here they give you a 1200 milliamp hour. I've seen this brand before. It's Hong Li. I love that name. There's the battery. It's dated. Look at that. 2024. So it's rather recent. It says October 17th. Nice. Okay, cool. I'm filming this in February 2025. If it helps you out. And then here we have a D-cell battery bay. Nice. 2 D-cells. So if your little rechargeable runs out or you want to go long run times, take that out and put 2 D-cells in. And you're going to rock for a long time. You're just going to use a radio mainly with the 2 D-cells. I wouldn't recommend running the MP3 player because it usually takes more voltage. So yeah, use that with your rechargeable. All right, great. So there it is. And now let's go ahead, talk about FM reception, and we'll turn it on and have some fun. So FM reception report, I based it on 5 tiers. There's fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. This one scored 3-star rating on sensitivity. I spend some time and I tune the entire scale, logging any station I find during the day at a certain time for all my radios in the same location in the house. So nothing is skewed. I do check for e-skipping and tropospheric ducting to make sure that it doesn't skew results. So I get a decent response. So in my area, yes, I found 58 stations, so it puts it in a 3-star, just under 60, which is about average for these DSP radios. Inside of this radio is a digital signal processor, a digital chip with an analog scale. So you'll hear little clicks as you go. That's very normal nowadays. And most people know that watch my channel. But if this is a first for you, just know that you're buying a radio, modern technology in a retro cabinet is what it is. Some people don't know that. They think they're getting a standard smooth analog experience. Those radios are disappearing or almost gone unless you start buying them off eBay as older vintage radios. So something to keep in mind. FM, still talking about FM, expect selectivity to be okay to good because there's a lot of stepping involved. You get a strong station. It's hard to get those faint stations in between, though I did hear them. They're there. So if you have a wire hooked up to your antenna, you're going to pull in more than normal. So definitely an awesome radio, just on the whip only. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug in a micro SD card. I got a 16 gigger here, SanDisk Ultra. Okay, and then we're just going to plug that right in here. Like I said, it sticks out, which sucks because you could snap it off. Let's see, I'm doing this on camera, so I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so you plug it in and look at it. It's way out there. If you run into something, bink, there goes your 16 gigs or whatever investment you had going. Bummer. Bum skis. That's not fun. Let's go and turn it on.
Play by TF card.
Oh, this you crazy mother. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll never have the sacred stone. Oh, this you crazy mother.
Sounded good. Love it. So let's get some old-time radio going here. Fast forward.
That in the Arctic Circle, the nights are 6 months long. And Irma said, gee, when a girl goes to a dance, her mother must say, be a good girl and try to get home before July. Normally those things jolt me, but tonight I'm too busy addressing a stack of envelopes for Richard to waste any time trying to straighten Irma out. Jane, who are you writing to? No one we know, honey. You see, Richard is greatly interested in the primary elections, and he's coming here with a stack of election circulars he wants me to mail. Circulars? Yeah, you know, there's a picture of the man, and underneath it is a description of what he's done.
Oh, I know, like those pictures of Al's friends that are hanging in the post office.
I love that. It's perfect. But yeah, the MP3 player only remembers current track, not position within the track. Though it did that one time with that first track I played, but it definitely does. I tested it a few times. I turned it off, and then I turned it back on. It didn't save. Now let's see if it saves. It'll be interesting if it does.
Play by TF card.
Nope. Just remembers the track you were on, but not the track position. Okay. That's good to know. So let's go ahead and take this out so we don't snap it off. That's pretty funny, but true. We're going to hook up a little wire. So this wire here, it's just a simple wire you can buy anywhere. Texans sell them, Kato, Sanjin. I'm using a Kato T1, 22-foot wire. I usually put links to it in my paid link section so you kind of get an idea what to pick up. This helps shortwave and FM. Fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and hook it up to here because I'm in a subfloor basement. And yeah, near Chicago, Illinois, USA, northwest suburb. And this really helps get me some reach. This goes to my window blinds on the inside, not outside, just on the inside. Sometimes if I go outside, I get overload. So this is actually a pretty good setup. I like how the response I get at night on shortwave with this downstairs. So let's go ahead and start tuning away. So we're going to go ahead to FM, which is one click over, turn it back on. We're at the bottom of the band. We'll just tune it up. Now I can't hover on music. We'll just go. Okay, so that music there is 87.75. It will not tune in, though it sounds kind of garbled because you just can't get the exact frequency since it doesn't tune in 50 kilohertz steps. So there's that.
It's just incredible. Father, thank you so much for saying yes to your vocation many years ago. You're part of...
Chances against the Saints, and his manager Enzo Maresca says he just needs to keep doing what he's doing. And
darling. It's Randy, and this song right here is going to change some lives. We're actually playing a version with Brandon Lake and Jelly Roll, and Carlos from the morning show.
All for every game, you know. He has to continue to work, continue to be happy, continue to laugh in the way he is.
You to check it out, and my friend.
And it was the most terrifying moment of our lives.
I am so grateful that this song is going to reach some.
If you decide to call me someday.
Y no sé qué hacer.
Después de un accidente, llama a los abogados de Lurie Rowe. Es todo.
And fighting for you. Now I'm bringing that same relentless drive to NBC5 Chicago.
You, 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line.
You won't leave hungry, and there's going to be a big...
I'll be a ghost.
Well, Base mobile app is available for select mobile devices.
They're even more rewarding with the...
Illinois.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay.
I've turned the page on the old me. Now I love it. Oh, I put a little slow in your road. Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
Being able to do all the fun physical activities you used to do, having trouble.
The most innovative talent and creators in the industry.
Cumbia caliente es para amanecer. It's the way to go. Call 222-2222.
Jonathan Faust, managing attorney, 114 East Cermak, Chicago. News Radio WBBM is a proud partner of the Chicago.
Once you take a picture, put him on a stretcher.
I wanna see you naked. A los que ofendo con derecho de existir. A los que me...
Okay, cool, right? That's awesome. I had a ton of FM stations. Okay, bringing it back down to the bottom of the band for shortwave, because that's what we're, in the evening time in Chicagoland area, we do pick up quite a bit. But it's once we get some Canadian stations, we might get some, Florida stations depending on the conditions. Let's go ahead and see. In Cuba, maybe. Let's go ahead and turn this up.
You need to deal with. Yeah, it is the truth. And I don't mind telling you.
Brother Stairs congregation lives on.
So, we'll see. Maybe she'll do like Al. Because he don't do what I tell him. Absolutely not. He said, I'm in the hands of God. Well, we are. Hallelujah.
Up their mountain put in front of them. Children of Israel, it was Pharaoh. And not just no. Pero sí la fecha de su muerte. Lo sé, porque yo estaba allí. Cuando llegué a Madrid...
It says that's not healthy for democracy, but, you have run campaigns. You know what these debates turn into, and sometimes...
I think this is a Canadian station out of Toronto. They have a shortwave station there on 6,070 kilohertz.
Average real-time comparison, candidate A versus B, C, D.
Single sideband on 40 meters. CW. This could be a Cuban station, I'm not sure. This is pretty far away, though. This is definitely a couple thousand miles.
Vio marcharse de este mundo tan serena y silenciosamente como vivía. That God has raised him from the dead. He will be saved.
Picking up quite a bit. tuning slow.
So long as we still have fallen natures. However, through faith in the atoning merits of Yahushua, believers are...
9330 kilohertz. This is WBCQ out of Maine.
the process by which believers are transformed into the...
They have a monster antenna. It could probably reach around the world, no problem.
sense to. But it is a work performed entirely by the Father. He is the one...
We're on the backside of this antenna.
His law on the human heart and putting a new spirit...
Hallelujah. But of course, the Broadway...
Brother Stairs congregation again on WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida. 9395 kilohertz.
You do whatever you want, and it doesn't say, hey, hey. But in the way of life, it's essential.
I never really had much interfere with 10 megahertz before. I wonder if that's a thing. You know, you gotta wonder. So what I'm gonna do is, because I think that happened the other night too. I'm just gonna double check. I'm gonna raise the antenna on my Skywave here. Should be able to pick up 10 megahertz, no problem. It's getting that same interference, yeah. Okay, so it's definitely not the radio. Okay, good. Oh, we're getting two signals, that's why. Okay, so we're picking up Hawaii, too. They're kind of going over each other. All right. Should have known that. Sounds almost like stereo there. Okay, so let's go to the AM band. Let's go notch it over here. Now the AM band, okay, so daytime shortwave was pretty good with this radio. As you can tell, nighttime was fantastic. Now we don't need the wire anymore for the medium wave. Yeah, shortwave was great during the day. I found a little better than average. I found like 15, 16 stations. I was pretty impressed with it, just on the whip only. So you can expect some decent results, especially with the wire attached. You might overload the radio. It's that sensitive. So yeah, this is great. If you need, the coverage between that area, perfect for you. So let's go ahead and go to the bottom. Now for AM band, I noticed this radio, like I said, it got weak past 1500. We'll see what it does tonight. We'll test it. But during the day, it had a lot of birdie tones. But it did sound good on my locals. So it was good for locals and good on some semi-locals. That was about it. I couldn't even get my squirrel to tune in right on this one. So medium wave isn't spectacular. It is usable though.
Won't do it justice.
It's awe-inspiring. So to maximize the impact of the M100's ability to cause reverent silence...
You got cricket?
Yeah.
I think this is 560, WIND, the answer, I believe.
Starting at just $700 a month, with only 1 penny down and no interest until August of 20...
in our healthcare program and research grants related to the 9/11 illnesses.
TN.com. That's Safe Store, TN.com. Brought to you by the Department of Safety and Homeland Security, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Since 1892, the Ryman Auditorium stage has seen it all, and as the most famous...
This is 650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee.
Like no other.
434 miles south.
Auditorium tour and explore a special...
Of course, for medium wave, you have to tune your radio, so I'm moving the radio back and forth. Horizontal edge pointed towards the station you're trying to receive. Or that direction as well. It's bi-directional.
VIP tours are available throughout the week. Get your ticket to the box office.
I understand the reaction of the players, but...
Here's 670 the score, Chicago, home of the Cubs.
It's to win, and to win now. So, I understand it. But
executive orders from President Donald Trump and state laws in Columbus. Organizer Layla Schick had this
700 WLW, Cincinnati.
needed.
We want the university to fight this forward. Tiffany Henyard won't be re-elected mayor of Dalton. She lost the Democratic primary.
720 WGN, Chicago.
Trustee Jason House. WGN's Jenna Barnes.
Senior trustee Jason House, now the Democrat.
Conditions aren't great, but this is 740 Zoomer Radio, CFZM, Toronto.
Term is Wednesday, and in addition to department heads, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says billionaire Elon Musk will also attend.
Just to talk about Doge's efforts and how all of the cabinet secretaries are identifying ways.
a war that should have never ever happened. The agreement could be signed.
780 WBBM News Radio.
To Washington.
This looks pretty accurate so far.
Firefighters, police officers, and others with public pensions will be getting some retro.
People affected by a law signed. Mais ils savent que leur prochain défi sera de gagner le cœur des électeurs. Ici Christian Noël, Radio-Canada.
860 Toronto.
De Terre-Neuve et Labrador, Andrew Fury a causé toute une surprise en annonçant sa démission quelques jours après le départ de son homologue de l'île du Brésil.
Good rebound, Luca. Lakers 4, Mavericks 2. Here is Luca, head down, driving through the rim, out there.
They're passing those high costs on to customers.
Well, that was coming in good. So that game you heard was 880 out of New York, 750 miles northeast.
1,500 locations.
This is a 90 WLS Chicago.
Texas, dozens of new cases, more than 120 known infections so far. You're listening to ABC News.
Son entente de principe avec le Québec concernant Churchill Hall et le rapatriement l'été dernier.
And we're maxed out.
Can't get it again.
We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should.
Not being utilized.
Okay, you get the idea. Let's go all the way to the top of the band.
And from the start, Lakers were favored. They were
TV Cutter.
DINTEX1 and mention this ad for $1,750.
This is a gift for you and I.
Right about here, cut out and got quiet. This is 1530 WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
In LA, in the end, it's an 8 and up for the Lakers and a triple-double.
So this radio woke up in the evening. That's cool. So it could be an evening DXer, you know. Looks great. 1610 CHHA, Toronto. $16.50 CINA Canada. Oh, it'll pop up here. So it definitely goes to 1710. I can't pick up 1700 here. Okay, well, we know we get 1650, so that's a good thing. All right, so turn this off, do final thoughts on the Umutoo MG-002 radio. I love that. It's cool. So my likes: low cost, compact. I like the size. Bluetooth MP3 player. Yeah, it's a given. Good speaker audio. You know, we don't have a headphone jack, which we're gonna get to, but it has a great speaker audio. I'm impressed. I really like this. It reminds me of an NNS radio that I reviewed. Yeah, I happen to have it right here. This guy sounds good. This is a good one too. I like this one. So. Yeah, these both rock. It just depends on your style. Now this, I like the NNS brand, but I think you have less options. Yeah, this one only has the 18650. You don't have the diesel operation. So if the diesel operations appeal to you, this is definitely better. And this doesn't have an auxiliary in like this does. This has the auxiliary in, which is really handy. Yeah, we just set that off to the side. So yeah, just things to mention. Yeah, diesel battery bay. It's fantastic. Replaceable 18650. The matte details. I do like this matte finish. I do think it looks good. It doesn't look as cheap as in person as it did in the pictures that they took. So I do like how that looks in person. The handle, phone holder, it is convenient. I like having that. USB-C charging on the side there. Simple controls that are nice to use. These actually feel good as I tune. It's smooth, but it locks in the spot. has enough resistance, which is what you want. So that's really well thought out. Again, I think I mentioned it, auxiliary in, not a bad thing. So yeah, those are the things I like about this radio. I dislike some wants, better AM circuit during the day. Yeah, it wasn't that great. But in the evening, it really woke up. So I can't give it too much flack, though I'd love a better experience during the day. But for locals, it works fine. Headphone jack, like I mentioned, more shortwave coverage would be kind of unique. I would love to see it like from 3.2 to 22 megahertz and split bands. You have 2 bands. That would be fantastic. They segment it. So it's easier to tune. But yeah, that'd be great. That's a good coverage, I think, right, guys? 3.2 to 22. I mean, anything less than 3.2, some people might be purist and want 2.3. But yeah, 3.2 is more usable. But anyway, and a higher capacity battery. Now, they give you 1200, and they say it's high capacity. Come on. At least 2500, or if you're going to call it high capacity, throw a 3000 in there. But they won't, because this battery probably costs as much as the radio. No, I'm kidding. You can pick up a 2-pack of these for like $12. But you're getting there. So anyway, overall, let's talk about the overall impressions for this radio. If you like the style and you need an auxiliary in, pick this one up. It's $17.99. It's a bargain for what it does. It does it well. As you heard, it sounds great. Otherwise, the NNS offering I showed you there might be worth checking out. I reviewed quite a few of their NNS radios, and you can just search todderbert NNS on YouTube, and you'll see all the videos I made. And yeah, I reviewed a few of them, and I like all of them. They're great. And I think the bigger model they have looks more modern. That one has, I think, the D-cell compartment. So it has D-cell plus 18650 like this one does. So if you're looking for that. Though this speaker, I think, sounds really good, similar to that one I just showed you, the other NNS. So it just depends on what you want. But you can definitely look at those videos and kind of compare side by side. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give a big like if you did, if you like these inexpensive radios. If you're diehards and you're here to 37 minutes, rock on. 2, yes, you diehards already subscribed. You already hit the bell icon, so I don't have to tell you again. But in case those who fast forwarded to the end for final thoughts, there you are. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about the Umutoo MG-002 AM/FM shortwave portable radio with Bluetooth MP3 player. Is it for you at $17.99? Or are you just like, there's so many of these radios, I don't know. There's a lot. I'm covering them all because it's what's out there right now, and I like them. I really do like these radios. They're fun. All right, so let me know, guys. I like to read those comments below. All right, take care, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.